Hey everybody, this is Dan Shepis. It's been a while, but I wanted to come and say hi and show you. I got the Elm Eco Pro 2, which is a disc resurfacer that can do every kind of disc. So CDs, DVDs, video games, even Blu-rays, as well as things like GameCube discs with an adapter. So I actually picked out two different titles, which are games. And I want to show you, one's a PS1 game with a black back, and then one is just a standard DVD style disc. So let me show you the disc first. So first we have Star Wars Demolition. Pretty ugly. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that, but let me switch the thing around. So, all right, there you go. Yeah, you can see how kind of nasty and scratched that is, right? So I also want to show you the next one's Wii Sports. This isn't quite as bad, but it definitely has scratches. So you can see over there, can't get the right angle, but so this is the Elm Eco Pro 2. It costed $15.99 plus shipping, which to be honest, I think is a bargain. So basically you get this in a really nice packed box, right? So you have the holder for the water and the compound. And you have a couple functions which are really easy. One thing I do want to mention though. So this key card, this is required to keep the machine running, right? So, and they only have a certain amount of minutes, which is usually 800. What does that mean? So let's say I resurface a disk for a minute on a brand new 800 minute key card. I will now have 799 minutes. Once that gets to 0 minutes, I have to swap out the key card to keep going. You might say, well, that's kind of scammy, but not. Because more than likely, you're going to be buying from them anyway, right? So, sorry for the lighting. It's kind of wacky, and there's sun's right in my face, so let me try here. There we go. So you might think it's scammy because, hey, why do I have to pay for this key card every time? Well, guess what? When you buy the supply kit, it's called the 800-minute supply kit. It's $90. And it comes with the card. So it's not like you're paying for it separately. You're just paying for it. Basically, Elm found a proprietary way that you have to buy their stuff, which is fine because you know what? They're an excellent company. Customer service, top notch. I got a super long message when I bought this on eBay, right? Super long message from the seller, basically saying if I had any questions or issues or whatever, please let him know and they'll absolutely take care of me. When I got the box itself was fantastic. It was really packed well. It's all sectioned in there, and it gives you a nice manual that shows you how to set it up. And if you, for some reason, can't figure it out from the manual, there are live videos as well that show a demonstration of what you need to do. And all that really is this. So the first time you take it out of the box, you got to remove the nozzles. So if you lift this thing, I'll explain this a little bit. So these are your different lines from the compound, which is the white, and the clear one, which is the water, and the same on the bottom, right? So, and these are your pads. These are just standard polishing pads that come with the 800-minute kit. They recommend after about every 20 cycles, you basically drench them in water and then dry them out. And when they're completely bone dry, you put them back in. That's all you need to do. But yeah, this is kind of everything with the machine. So I'm going to now start it up, right? So we'll hit the on button because we're connected. So you'll see it says CD, DVD, 3 minutes. What that means is I only have 3 minutes left on this key card because I guess kind of a side note here. The key card it comes with has like 12 or 13 minutes on it. So basically it just allows you to prime the machine, run a couple discs through and kind of test it out. So we're going to actually do two real life test here. I'm going to do 2 minutes on the black disc, and I'm going to do 1 minute on this. So I'm actually going to run out on this key card, but let's, well, before I get to that, one thing here too. You notice it says CD, DVD. You can actually change this so where it's BD, which is for Blu-ray discs, and it will do Blu-ray discs. I haven't done any yet, but possibly in the future. So, all right, let's get to the action here. Again, this is really trashed, right? We're going to run this. Okay, it's got some deep, ugly scratch. I mean, it's scratched everywhere. It's crap, right? So we're going to run this for 2 minutes. All I'm going to do is, or don't do that, sorry. You put the The label down, face up, right? So then we'll put it down, right? It goes 30 seconds, then we're gonna go with start, start. So it starts with 30 seconds if you just push it down, and then it increments a minute every time you press start, right? So, except the first time, which goes 30 seconds to minute, then minute to 2 minutes, 2 minutes to 3 minutes, and 3 minutes to 4 minutes, which is the max you can run with this machine at like one time. Now, obviously, you could keep running the same disc. But to be honest, in my experience, now I've done about 10, 12 discs so far. 30 seconds generally makes them look beautiful. If you've got a lot of deeper scratches, you want to put a little bit more into it, you can run it for a minute or 2 minutes like we're running this one. I'm going to be honest, I haven't done a PS1 game yet. So you guys are going to learn the same time that I'm learning here how well, or hopefully not well, it turns out. So we got about another minute and 7 seconds here. But I'll just kind of talk about the machine a little bit because I'm not going to do any actual video editing on this one because I don't think it's really needed. So, oh yeah, when you pull this out of the box initially, right? They prep it for you. They basically, it's almost plug and play. The only thing that you need to do is what they call prime the machine. What that means is it's on, right? And the lid's lifted, and you're gonna hold either start and function or hold stop and press function. And what that does is it actually feeds the compound line and the water line down through. And the water line should kind of be like a drop, like drop, 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 like kind of like that. And the compound line should be more like a lotion, right? Like it kind of comes out like a lotion. And if it's not, they say, hey, call them because there's something wrong. But it's still very easy. All right. So here we go. So as you see, it automatically opens when it's done. We ran this, remember, for 2 minutes. Let's look at this. You remember how trash this was? Let's look at it. Wow. I mean, okay, so to be fair, you can still see some of the deep scratches, but it's miles better, right? I mean, you can see some of the dust, but I mean, in general, very nice job. Let me look here. Does it still have some light? I could probably run this one more time for another minute to get it a little bit nicer, but miles better, right? Okay, so let's try now. Let's try the Wii Sports, right? Again, label down, face up right here, right? So, oh yeah, I guess I probably should show you that first. So this disc wasn't as scratched, but it still has light surface scratches, right? You can see them right there a little bit. So we're going to do just a minute. We're going to do a minute on this bad boy, and this is going to be the last minute of the card. So I'm going to have to swap my key card after this to the actual 800 minute that I got with the machine. That's how much fun I'm having today. Yeah, so if you're considering getting a disc resurfacing machine, I owned a JFJ Pro. I was not a big fan. I have friends that'll disagree with me, and they'll say, no, I make them look good, the discs, and I just do a couple things, use different pads, whatever. I had no luck with the JFJ Pro. I mean, yeah, you could resurface it, and it would look okay, but there was always swirls. There was always, you could tell it was resurfaced bad. This machine, especially if you run it the appropriate amount of time, the disc, will make your game or movie look like a mirror. I mean, it's beautiful. To be honest, it's worth every penny. And if you think about it, these game stores, they typically charge about $3 per disc, $3 to $5 per disc, really. So, and the cost of running a disc through here depends on how long you cycle it, right? Because think of it this way. You get 800-minute key card, right? So if you do 30-second cycles, and again, most things are going to look great after 30 seconds, you get 1,600 discs. If you want to multiply that times, we'll just say $4 on the average, that is $6,400 of revenue. Now, obviously, you have the machine that you paid for and the cost of the compound and the pads. But in general, it's a very high money-making business if you do it the correct way. Now, now my Wii Sports is spinning around. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. Like, you can't even see, and I'm going to look in the light myself because I know it's really hard to show this, but yeah, I don't see, I mean, scratches are gone. That is why this machine is worth it right there. I mean, again, you can just kind of like look at them. We'll go a quick thing. That Eco Pro 2 is absolutely worth your money. So if you're considering a disc resurfacer, I would say anything Elm, to be honest, because I've heard nothing about the company except excellent things, and that they actually, stand by their work. They care about customer service, and I do too. So that's why I appreciate it more than probably the average person does. But anyway, I'll cut this short. I wanted to show you kind of what the discs start as and what they can turn into. Again, the PS1 disc could probably look a little nicer if I put it in for another minute, but that's just a sample. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to put them down in the comments. Thank you very much. Have a great night. Bye.